Hi, I'm Chris from Bresser. We're here at Hook, Line, and Sinker with John Curtis. We're going to show you guys a new product that we just started releasing in the United States. This is the Ambition bow-mounted laser rangefinder. It also mounts to a crossbow. We're going to go over how to use it, how to set it up, and how it works. Everything that's included in this package is an Ambition rangefinder, a visible laser, a crossbow mount that is set up for 30 millimeter, but it also comes with 1-inch ring adapters, a cleaning cloth, 4 Allen bolts, a bow mount that is right or left-handed, and 2 CR2 batteries. Before we get too far into this, I just want to remind you to go ahead and register your product. The warranty card's included inside the package. We're going to actually mount the Ambition rangefinder to the bow. We've tried this on many different bows and many different sites. Today we're mounting it onto a Bowtech and onto a Hogfather site. John and I are going to go ahead and put the batteries inside of the rangefinder and the laser, then we'll go into starting the mounting process. John's grabbed the bow mount. I've got the crossbow mount. One thing John's doing that you want to do before you start anything is you want to go and make sure to loosen up all the little bolts. That way everything freely moves. That way you could get it roughly where you need to be adjusted before we go to the zero process. This is a crossbow mount that is set up for a 30 millimeter tube. It also comes with 1-inch ring adapters. That way, if you have a 30 millimeter tube or a 1-inch tube, it doesn't matter, you can mount it right up. So we've got everything loosened up, everything freely moves and turns. We're ready to go ahead and mount it on the bow. You want to make sure and take out the post part right here that the rangefinder actually mounts to, just so that we can get everything quickly installed. So John's going ahead and he's using the Allen wrench to tighten this down on the quiver mounting holes. If you run into any problems, such as your arrows are hitting the sight, your rangefinder's hitting the arrows, we've found that the tight spot conversion bracket, it really fixes any of the problems we have because it allows you to move the location of your quiver around. You don't need to tighten it really tight yet. You just kind of want to get things snug so that we don't have to worry about anything moving around. Now we're ready to go ahead and mount the post onto the rangefinder bracket. One thing to note while we're doing this is don't over tighten any of the bolts yet. We just want to get things down to where everything is kind of tight, still moves a little bit, that way we can adjust it to where we need it to be. One thing to keep in mind when you're mounting the laser to the bracket, make sure there's a threaded side and a non-threaded side. So your bolt should freely slide through and it should be threading on the bottom here. So if you feel it threading right away, then you need to go ahead and take the laser off, turn it 180 degrees, then reinsert your bolts and tighten it again. You don't want to over tighten this yet. All we're doing is just we're getting things snug so that we can get it zeroed to the bow. We're down here at the range. First, key thing, safety first. We're using a true ball safety release. We're not using an arrow. This can be set with one person. It's a lot easier with 2 people. So John and I are going to go ahead and finish the setup on this. We need to take our Allen wrenches that we used before. We need to tighten everything down enough to where it won't freely spin around, but it's tight enough that you can twist and turn and it'll stay in place. I'm going to have John pull the bow back and he's going to align the peep sight through the sight. And then we're going to take the laser and we're going to make them all merge at the same point. He's going to pick a point on the target down the range. And that's going to be our reference point. So John, go ahead and pull the bow back. All right, so I want you to aim at the center circle on the 5-circle target.
Okay, I got it. A little more. Up. Okay, I got it.
We've taken the time to zero everything in. You're comfortable where it's hitting. It's all where it needs to be. Make sure to go tighten all these down. You don't want to over tighten them to the point where you strip anything out or around any heads. So the last thing we're going to do, we're going to remove these 2 bolts, pull our visible laser off, remove the laser, and we're going to put the rangefinder on. If you'll notice, it's keyed. So push it down, make sure it's locked all the way, reinsert the bolts, tighten. So this is a real simple operation. We're going to turn it on by depressing the power button. You hold for a couple seconds, you're going to see some horizontal bars and a Y for yards. So that means the rangefinder is in a rest mode. If we want to start the ranging process, we click the power button. You'll see a little arrow in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That means that it's going to start ranging. So the unit's going to be on from 1 to 10 minutes, depending on how you have it set up. So to change that setup, all we do is to press the power button. So now it's in a static mode, it's not ranging. We push the mode button for a couple seconds. You're going to see some numbers start to flash on the screen. Well, one number actually. So this is set at 10 minutes right now. So say we want this to auto shut off at 1 minute. We depress the power button, it's flashing 1. We hold the mode button for a couple seconds. Now it's back into rest mode. So we want it to start scanning, we push the power button again. Now it will be on for 1 minute continuous before it shuts off.
The Ambition Archery Laser Rangefinder, available now at BresserUSA.com.